Session 8 starts our party off in Balter. At this point, previously in Session 7, they had also leveled up to level 5. But once they made it back in town, they find that some of the projects they had tried to start before they leave were actually put on pause due to shortages within the materials that they have to build. They talk to the druid who is able to craft wood and craft finds. So within some time, hopefully the druid will be able to actually stop that material shortage from occurring. But the projects in question were the barn and the orphanage. But Balter does now have a standardized militia. Um, in addition to that, Parnox made a deal with Arturius. This is the person who is in charge of the the Ravagers. The Ravagers are a group of people that, while interacting with Balter, are never considered themselves Balter residents. They stay just outside of Balter at a trade outpost, and Arturius is the leader of this group. He is the middleman in the Blacklands if you need something or trying to sell anything. Parnox, though, makes a deal with him, letting him know about the spice honey, and with the influence of the town, agrees that once we have that trade route set up, that Arturius will actually use it, and we can and will allow it. He will be the middleman. They'll actually be able to sell the spice honey for us, allowing Balter to make money on their own. Isaac also was able to actually discover the source of the Il Sono at this time, that we now officially know that the reason for that is that the Dominus Invendig itself, for some reason, is somehow connected to this, and why they actually stuck in a coma, basically. One of the main doctor within the town, Kalen, is able to keep them stable, but nothing seems to wake them up. No source of magic or anything like that that we have available can do it. And we know that it looks like, at this point, the only two ways of stopping this are either to make a deal or killing the Dominus Vendig itself. In addition to this, there's a few other things that pop up outside of Balter, but within the Blacklands. We meet two other factions, the Children of the Blood Chalice and the Faithful of Uthiel, or as many of the players like to call them, the Edgies and the Moonies, due to how the leaders introduce themselves. It seems that there is some type of third party that at first they believed to be each other, but now they believe it might be just a separate third party that is attacking and hurting both of the parties, the children and the children of the Blood Chalice and the Faithful of Uthiel during full moons, and they do not seem to understand why. And so they are asking for assistance to try to get this issue resolved. In addition to this, we are also asked to look towards the southern ruins for a scholar who may be able to better help us understand how to deal with the Dominus Vendig, whether they have a weakness or in general just give us more information about the Blacklands itself. In the next month, after this happens, the warden agrees with the group to start out a outpost. So he sends a group of people to this outpost, so that way we can start getting building materials as well as that spice honey to make income for Balter. Previous to this, apologies that was not mentioned by me, there was noted a obelisk was found within the garden. This is something that the party actually begins to understand. The obelisk seems to be a way to get on to another plane of existence. It allows you to travel from obelisk to obelisk, basically quickly. You would never use any resources, and it's a ability to basically travel without using any supplies to get where you need to go. One of these obelisks was within the garden, and of course there's the black obelisk that we first found. The obelisk, though, within the garden seems to be almost, instead of something that causes anything to happen, seems to be more of just a general waypoint. Lightning strikes that obelisk, and it is moved to where we do not know at that time. In addition to this, just in a general notation for the town, Kalen, the town's doctor, was given an herb jar that was found by the party within the Alabaster ruins. Basically has been given a scent of alchemist tools, so they would be able to potentially start creating potions to assist the party if just given a place to work, not just having the tavern as a free space to do so.